Happy Thursday. You see? What's going on? Well, I'm going to have to do a little further, whatever, looking to see, because there are still ants that can't get on me when I'm sitting here. Don't know. So I'll be doing that, and I think part of the yard the grass grows well. The other half doesn't really. And we set the swing set thing on the half of the yard that doesn't really grow. So it won't matter if he, wears out the grass because there really isn't any there. But for where we do have grass, I need to mow the yard a bit. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I'd better do it before it gets too hot. Right now I think it's to the point where it's feeling warm. It's supposed to get really hot today. Looking at the clock, why, I don't know. Anyway, this vlog is kind of crazy, but I think the main theme of the dreams, there's two dreams. I think the main theme is the same. Lately, I think most of the themes of my dreams are this subject. The first dream seemed to go on for a long time. Apparently, animals that have been gone were coming back to life. I don't mean dogs and cats. I mean tigers, anteaters. What else was in there? A lot of tigers, bears. And I was in this area, like a giant mall. But it was like behind the scenes where there was concrete and ladders and narrow passages. And as the dream progressed, there were more and more and more people. It started off 2 or 3 people looking underneath an area. There was like a blanket and it was moving. And they said, "What is that? What is that?" And I said, "Looks like a tiger to me." And as soon as I said that, a tiger came out from under this blanket and started coming toward the people, and everyone went running off. As the dream progressed, there were other tigers and bears and animals trying to get you. There were even giraffes trying to get you, whatever get you meant. And I would try to do what some people could really climb and they had a lot of strength in their arms and all that. I did not. But I did what I could, and I hid where I could. And I knew that a lot of those animals were predatory. Well, not a giraffe, but an animal instinct is predatory, I think, somehow. And I know that if you run, they're going to chase you. And so a lot of places I'd find a place to hunker down and I'd just stay there until the animal passed. Weird, huh? Isn't that a weird dream? That is a weird dream. And, sometimes people would want my hiding place and I'd have to tell them no. Then the second dream, I got up, gave the cat breakfast, and I lay back down again because I don't know if it's the cold medicine, the cold itself, but I'm just like, I feel like I've been drugged and I have to go to sleep again. It's not a bad feeling if you have nothing to do. And I'm tired of this crappy, raspy voice thing I've got going on here. I've got to get better. The second dream dealt with me working at some rinky-dink computer. I lived in a different type of a place. The bathroom was different. The bedroom was different. I guess I watched too many of those Tour of the Italian 15,000 euro houses and stuff where they're like half shambles. This place was just kind of, I mean, there was no room for anything, not even as much room as I had here. And all I knew was I was getting a foreign exchange student, which I thought was from, I don't know, some country where I know the language. So, and I thought, well, I don't know when this person's supposed to come. I tried getting on the computer, but the computer just was not letting me do anything. And it was very frustrating. And then there was this pencil that was sharpened down to about this long. And somehow the phone call came through the pencil. And there was a nice voice trying to tell me something. And then my brother Richard comes in the room. My late brother Richard. And he's yakking away, and all this distraction, I couldn't hear the voice. And I knew I was getting this pen pal, or foreign exchange student, and I'm yelling at my brother, top of my lungs, when he's just talking, and there's stuff going on in the background, and no one's listening to me. I'm trying to tell them to shut up so I can hear this person tell me who they are and when they're coming. And it just was noisier, and then I tried working with the computer some more, and then nothing. And I didn't know if I hung up with this guy through the pencil, through the computer. Dreams are weird. A little bit more weird than life. And the doorbell rang, and I went to the door, and there were postmen, and they had several boxes that had this guy's name on it, Sydney something. And there were 3 guys. One guy looked fairly familiar, like he was the one from school or whatever arranging everything. I hugged him, and I hugged the second guy, and I hugged the third guy, and not knowing who was the student or the person exchanged. And here I was going to greet them in German. I think they were, I don't know if they were Belgian Belgians speak a form of French. But anyway, the person's from France. And all of a sudden, my son Scott's sitting nearby. And I said, "Oh, Scott, he's from France." And I tried to talk, and nobody was listening, and there was noise and hubbub. And I pointed to my son, and I said, "Mon fils, Scott." And then Scott looked over like, "Oh, they speak French." So the guy was putting all this stuff away in this room, which was going to be our joint room, because I didn't have any secondary bedroom. And I said, we share this room. And he was putting stuff away, and he hung up this, over in the doorway, I have a sheet that I hang up to keep the cool in one side or the heat in one side or whatever. But he had hung that up in the doorway in case someone were to open the door to the bedroom and he were in there changing or whatever, no one would see it. And so I heard someone else say, "What's that for? Why would someone do that?" And I knew why someone would do that. If someone opens a door, that way no one would see you and you have a chance to grab something. And then I made sure the towels were clean in the bathroom. And it was very frustrating. And I guess, somebody across the street has gardeners going, and their gas-powered leaf blowers rumming their way. That it woke me up. So I thought, it's time. It's late in the morning. Again, I was going to get an early start. So I did, putting the dishes away. I'm going to make a mess of pancakes. Have some. Put the rest in the fridge. And go on and try to take care of the lawn. But I think what the dreams had in common was I was trying to convey a message. I was trying to talk. I was trying to whatever I was trying to do was being blocked and was being overnoised. That's not a word, but it was annoying. Annoying. And I wake up with this very frustrated feeling that you're trying your hardest to do what you needed to do, and it was fighting tooth and nail the whole way. I don't like that. I mean, obviously, both of those dreams with that kind of sentiment means that I don't feel that I'm being heard somehow. I don't feel that what I'm saying is being taken in or taken seriously. Haven't been to the gym a couple weeks because of this stupid cold. I really need to go back. But as mowing the grass, I can start and stop when I need to. You know, I know I'm not going to feel good after it, but my brother, when I talked to him the other day, said that they had this cold thing for a couple months. I don't want it for a couple of months. Anybody else want it? I'll give it to you. Get rid of it. I'm tired just thinking about the day. And my throat is so dry because I have to breathe through my mouth. I even slept with a wet washcloth over my face, which helped me go to sleep, but oh my gosh. Oh, I noticed, on Facebook you'll get so-and-so. You might know this person. Add them as a friend. Give a friend request. There was one that had the pseudonym that my old high school boyfriend used online. It said this person was living in Genoa, Italy, but from Hamburg, Germany. Johannes Meyerhoff. And that's what John used to use as a nom de plume. So I clicked on the name just to see what's in the channel, and there were 4 people responding in couple responding in Italian and 1 in German. And one picture of a guy lying in bed looking like he's worn out. It wasn't John. I don't think it was John. But who is this new Johann Meyerhoff? What the hell's going on? Oh my God, life just gets weirder. Here I thought it was going to be simpler. No, it gets weirder. I have done enough talking, but oh my God. Oh gosh. Upward and onward.